Hello, and thank you for joining our webcast. Today, we'll be talking about the differences between the Commercial Credit Report and the new Business Credit Report. In this session, we will be providing an overview of the data sources that feed the Equifax Commercial Risk Database. We'll then talk about credit reports in general and the available channels and formats. Finally, we'll dive into the differences between the Commercial Credit Report, or CCR, and the Business Credit Report, or BCR, with a special emphasis on small business banking data. Company-specific information from the Equifax Commercial Risk Database is packaged to create the Business Credit Report. The insights contained within the report are critical to helping our clients to better assess risk and improve the speed and accuracy of credit decisions. Credit reports are also used outside of the adjudication process in use cases such as verification, authentication, marketing, and account management. The Equifax Commercial Risk Database forms the foundation upon which our Risk Insights products, such as attributes, scores, and reports, are built. Understanding the commercial data sources will provide some context to the information found within the Business Credit Report. An industry trade is defined as a credit account between a business and a supplier. Several hundred Canadian suppliers report their accounts receivables data, which contains account and payment information on industry trades. A financial trade is defined as a credit account between a business and a lender, i.e., a financial institution. Equifax receives small business banking financial trade data, also referred to as SBB data. We'll discuss the significance of SBB data in more depth in a moment. To augment our trade data, we purchase data from the Superintendent of Bankruptcies, as well as obtain legal data, including suits, judgments, and liens. Equifax has relationships with several dozen collection agencies who regularly report their data. Small business banking data represents a significant shift in the B2B credit ecosystem. Over the past few years, Equifax has collaborated with the financial industry spanning the traditional big banks, credit card companies, sometimes referred to as monolines, and credit unions. Based on the foundation from the consumer side of our business for delivering value and insights for personal credit reports and scores, these same institutions provide Equifax with access to the small business portfolios that they manage. These portfolios include credit cards, lines of credit, overdraft accounts, and fixed installments, term loans, mortgages, and leases. On a monthly basis, these financial institutions provide their small business book of business, their portfolio, through to Equifax for inclusion into our business credit reports. These data feeds include any business that has a per-product commercial credit position with a financial institution of less than $500,000. Included in this information is also referential information, which includes person guarantees, utilization amounts, payment terms, severe status indicators, as well as many others. This means that everyone now has the ability to view the direct financial obligations that a small business has with its bank. This data augments our existing industry trade data to provide a clearer view to a business's financial obligations and payment behavior. It's all there, available for your consumption and to leverage into your next major credit decision. So, how is this information viewed? For clients migrating from the Commercial Credit Report to the Business Credit Report, the first thing you will notice is a new look and feel to the report. New charts and visualizations help to improve the readability of the data. New sections were added to the Business Credit Report to display the data that is being contributed by the Small Business Banking Data Consortium. Please note that SBB data is not available in the Commercial Credit Report. Under the Report Highlights and Alerts section, financial, i.e. small business banking trade, and non-financial, i.e. industry trade, information will now be shown in separate columns. If you receive business credit reports via system to system, this section represents a set of attributes that are not available in the commercial credit report that can be used as inputs to your risk modeling and scorecarding efforts. In addition, business dimensions, a set of 500 plus new attributes built from small business banking data, industry trade, public record, collections and inquiry data, including trended attributes, is delivered system to system as an ancillary product to the business credit report. The new financial trade details section is now presented separately from the industry trade data section, and it also includes an at-a-glance detailed summary of credit available, utilization percentage on revolving and fixed credit, and total debt outstanding. Under the new guarantor information section, details on any guarantors that may be associated with a specific trade line will now be included. The new Principal Guarantor Associated Businesses section will now display a list of any additional businesses known to be associated with the business principal or guarantor. Our suite of credit risk scores, which includes the Commercial Delinquency Score, or CDS2, the Financial Trade Delinquency Score, or FTDS, and the Business Failure Risk Score, or BFRS2, will be included as a standard component of the business credit report. Additionally, our risk indicators, the Payment Index, PI, and the Credit Index, CI, are standard with all business credit reports. The Commercial Delinquency Score and the Business Failure Risk Scores have been redeveloped, and we are now introducing version 2 of each score. The version 2 scores were built leveraging new statistical modeling techniques, as well as a new set of attributes developed using small business banking trade, industry trade, public records, collections, and inquiry data. For more detailed score information, please listen to our Equifax Risk Score Suite webinar. If you are receiving the HTML version of the Business Credit Report, the score section layout has been updated to display the new score and additional score details. To underline the differences between an Equifax indicator and a score, they will be displayed in separate report sections. The new Index Value section will contain information specific to the Payment Index, PI, and the Credit Index, CI. The Credit Risk Score section will contain information specific to FTDS, CDS2, and BFRS2. For each risk score, we will display the full score name and score description. The current score value will be displayed above a color gradient which shows the score range. The gradient provides a visual indicator of the risk level, where red indicates higher risk, while gray indicates lower risk. Under the gradient, we will display up to 4 reason codes. A reason code provides a summary explanation of the information that most negatively impacts the score value. The risk class serves to aggregate the raw score values into 5 groupings, 1 to 5. Risk class 1 represents businesses that have the lowest risk, while risk class 5 represents businesses with the highest risk. A new feature of the Business Credit Report is the addition of 4 score trend values. Average, the average score value over the past 12 months. Minimum, the lowest score value over the past 12 months. Maximum, the highest score value over the past 12 months. Slope, the amount of change in the score value over the past 12 months, with a negative value indicating a decreasing trend and a positive value indicating an increasing trend. When delivered system to system, these score trend values serve as an additional set of attributes that can be used to enhance your risk modeling efforts. Moving from the Commercial Credit Report to the Business Credit Report will provide access to the small business banking trade data, new scores and attributes, and enhanced charts and visualizations. That concludes the webinar on the differences between the Commercial Credit Report and the Business Credit Report. We hope that you found it valuable. Thank you for choosing Equifax as your credit bureau. If you have any questions, we are always here to help.